So this question is about how to stop letting money control my mood, my thoughts, my day, the way that I do projects or don't invest. This person also shared that they tend to feel the same around money that they do around relationships and love. So I guess what we're really dealing with in that topic is around scarcity. So I'll talk to that. There's something that I teach in one of my programs, or to a lot of my clients, I'll hear me say it again and again, which is energy before action. What that means, or why that's so important. And let me give you a little bit of context first so perhaps you can relate to it and understand what I'm talking about here. If you have ever longed for, say, financial freedom, or a soulmate, someone to love, have a beautiful, healthy relationship, or an incredibly fit, healthy body or thriving well-being, or maybe even like a home that you're craving to live in, to like land in your lap. If you're feeling that these things are going to bring you this sense of peace or safety or freedom or love or happiness, here's a really important thing to understand. You will not stop worrying about the thing, so you won't stop worrying about money once you have it. Or inversely, having the thing that you're currently worried you won't have enough of, or you won't be able to keep, or you will never getting that thing will not stop the habit of worry, because it's the habit of worry itself. It's what we are doing in our mind in the future. It's what it creates in our body on a central nervous system level that impacts the way that we think, that impacts the view and the lens that we see the world through, that impacts the actions that we take, or the energy that we hold, or what we do or do not do, which controls our actions and our decision making, or stops us from seeing the opportunities that are actually there, even if the thing that we wanted was handed to us on a silver platter. If the lens that we see the world through is like, it's not possible, or it's hard, or it's not for me, or it's not coming, or I can't have it, or I shouldn't, or I'm guilty, or it works for everyone else but not for me, or whatever it is, that struggle, even if it was handed to you on a silver platter, you would balk at it. You would make an excuse about why you can't have it. Your brain might immediately go to thinking that you have to give it away, or it's going to be lost. And your energy would still be, and your thoughts would still be in the energy of scarcity. It would still be repellent. It's kind of like if you receive the thing that you want, it's not necessarily going to stop you being anxious about it or worrying about it. So energy before action is the concept that I teach my clients in order to be able to ensure that the way in which they're going about their life is it feels good for them to get to that place, or receive that thing, or create that opportunity. It feels good getting there, right? So one of my beautiful friends and teachers, Haley Carr, says, your dreams are a place to come from, not go to, right? So come from. So energy before action is a beautiful representation of like that teaching. It's like you need to shift what is going on within your energy by changing the way that you're thinking, or moving your energy into a space of first like openness, receiving. A good way to think about this is if you are feeling urgent in your mind, like an indicator that you are closed and not open, an indicator that you're in the energy of no, or repelling, or pushing away, is if you're feeling tight, if your thoughts are urgent, if your thoughts are critical without being helpful, because some thoughts can be like, they might feel critical, but they're in a way that you can grow. So they might be critical without being helpful. They will be focused on what you don't have, what you can't have. They will be focused on the current reality, thinking that the current reality is what represents the future, which it doesn't. So that's an indication that you're kind of in the energy of no, so to speak. Your energy is the most fundamental foundation. It's the greatest leverage that we have when it comes to creating anything that we want. And I'm talking like about tangible things that you can touch and feel. And I'm not talking about that you just think about it and it's yours. You just affirm it and then you have it. I'm talking about leveraging the most powerful thing that we have, which is when we are in an open, energetic state and we feel emotionally open, we feel emotionally light, because we can focus on what we do have, what we can control, and we can let ourselves admit, like give ourselves permission that we want, we want to save $50,000, or we want to be in an overflow of cash, or that we truly, truly desire a relationship that feels freaking amazing with a beautiful sex life and like connection and vulnerability and intimacy, or that we want, it can be in material things. It's like, we have to first give ourselves that permission to have it. And the way in which to know if it's meant for you, so to speak, or if you can, and I say that very, very loosely, is that when you are in a state of, say, like a beautiful state of relax, imagination, think about the times in your life where you get your best ideas. You might be in the shower, you might just before you fall asleep, it could be while like you're dancing or breathing or moving or exercising, and those ideas drop in. If inspiration and ideas and things that you long for and things that you dream about drop in that space, it means it's in your field, so to speak. It's in your field. It's like you're inspired to do it. It's like, I would say, like life indicating to you, go there, So if it drops in, if it's an inspiration, just assume for a second, like play with me here, assume it's meant for you. Assume I can have that. That like, it's not like, can I have that? Is that guilt? It's like, hey, if it dropped in through inspiration and then it came in, trust it, boom. First thing is like to be open to that, yeah? And then what's really important to understand is that when you are open to that and when you have permission to that, you're not firstly thinking about should you or can you or is it possible, because all of those thoughts will drain your energy, yeah? Because the closer you are, the closer your thoughts are in alignment with your true self or your genuine inner values, let me say it really, really slowly and clearly, the closer that your thoughts are to your inner deepest values and the dreams that you have, the things that you long for, with like permission, I can have it as possible, the more expansive you will feel, the more energy you'll have. This is why I say that emotions are a really good indicator of where if our thoughts are aligned with what's true and in integrity with the things that we want to create, with what we want to have. So if you're feeling expansive and open when you think about having this thing and you give yourself permission to have it, boom, beautiful, it's in alignment. If you are focused on all of the things that could go wrong or the possibilities or not, of course, that's being away from your true self, and your energy will drop, your vibration will drop. And what that means is that the caliber of thoughts will be lower. They will be more negative. So energy before action is a practice. It means shift your energy before you do anything. If you want to figure out how to do the thing or what step to take, or get into the energy of problem solving or innovation or seeing more opportunities or creating more opportunities or allowing things to happen that the limited conditioned mind would never allow and never be able to create, then get your energy into an open state, an open receiving state. I tell my clients, like, you must enjoy your life before your life can be enjoyed, so to speak. So enjoy your life before your life can be enjoyed. Change your energy, take care of your battery fully charged. Energy before action means that you will have higher caliber thoughts. You will be able to see opportunities that before, even if they were in front of you, you wouldn't be able to take or receive. You'll be more innovative, you'll be more problem solving, and you will always know at least the very next step. Yeah, it doesn't matter how big your vision is. When you're in the energy of openness, of possibility, of yes, of permission, of allowing, of receiving, and I mean just like an open mind, trusting life, trusting the things you're inspired about, when you're open to that, the thoughts that you can come up with, the ideas that you have, and the magnet that you become, because energy is your biggest leverage, boom, it's through the roof. It's the most simple way. And as you can see, this has nothing to do with like trying to overcome negative thoughts. This has nothing to do with trying to like stop thinking scarcity. It's like you don't need to play with the mind. The thoughts are a phenomenon. Like, and if you try and stop them, you feed them. It's like if you're trying to stop them, or you're thinking, how do I stop thinking negatively? How do I stop thinking worst case scenarios? You're giving so much energy to something that is just this like thing that happens automatically. Don't. Go drop into your body, move your energy, get into the energy of the version of yourself, like breathe openly, evenly, coherently. You heard me talk about it a million times. Through the nose, down into the belly, use the diaphragm, coherence, in and out your nose, evenly and rhythmically. For 10 minutes, you will be in a state of open, you will be in a state of receiving. Your mind will be innovative. You will always know the very next step. And in this place, you're not trying to get away from worry or anxiety. Your mind might default to that, but then you know how to get back. You always must work with your energy before you work with your action. Another thing this person who asked me this question spoke about, it was another similar question, was a person who was working 6 or 7 days a week. They felt this, like they could never ever stop. They felt like that, they felt this pressure that they had to work harder to do more, and then they're allowed to rest. Yeah, so many of us can relate. I can definitely relate to that. We just like, we'll just do more, we'll just do the thing, and then we will rest. Energy before action is the opposite of that. And it will require your courage. No one is going to make you rest beforehand. But here's the truth. I had a very honest conversation with one of my clients who she wanted to take things to the next level. And she thought, how can I go to the next level without having to put in more effort, without having to sacrifice more time, without having to necessarily waste energy? And it came down to understanding that she knew that her most innovative ideas, the best opportunities, the most amount of money flowed, she had the best relationship with her partner, she was most open, she was most spontaneous, she was the best, because she's a fighter, she was the best fighter, she was the best coach when her energy was between 70 and 100%. And so I said, if you really want to go next level, then redesign your life so that you will always be operating from an energetic state. Think of a battery full only when you're between 70 and 100%. That is how you go next level. And it is against all conditioning. I can't say all, I can't speak for everyone, but it is against most of our conditioning that says, go harder, work harder, early bird gets the worm, Nutri-Grain, you only get out what you put in, goes against everything. But that's because for many hundreds of years, we have not leveraged the energy of our feminine creative force energy, which is that battery that can be charged first, which is our greatest magnet. I know that so many people, powerful women, powerful men, or anyone in between, no matter what you identify as, binary, non-binary, it doesn't matter. Human beings, we have two energy sources, one that's a higher intelligence and one that's a creative force. Tap into your creative force, charge your energy, get your energy into a state of receiving, get your energy into a state of openness, and then only ever worry about the very next step. Energy before action solves the problem of thinking how do I stop thinking this about money, and that control tendency or that guilt about, actually it may not stop the guilt or the shame immediately about pausing, but once you charge that battery, your thoughts will lift and you will get out of that fear that if you slow down, you will lose it all. You're gonna have to dig into your heart, into your courage, into your belly, into your fire. And the strongest, most powerful thing that you can ever do is have the courage and the discipline to do what you know, what you're hearing is true, and work with your energy before you work with your action. The easiest place to start is changing your breathing, increasing your sleep, reducing your stimulants, and organizing your life so you have a shit ton more fun than anything else.